Gigabyte Tachyon X870 AORUS Tachyon ICE motherboard pushes Ryzen 9 9950X to 6.3 GHz. Australian overclocker pushes the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X to 6.3 GHz on Gigabyte's upcoming X870 AORUS Tachyon ICE motherboard. Overclocker Fatboy Not So Slim achieves 6.3 GHz with Ryzen 9 9950X on Gigabyte's upcoming X870 AORUS Tachyon ICE motherboard. Enthusiast overclockers are known for achieving extraordinary feats with computer hardware. Fatboy Not So Slim is among them, and he is one of the top overclockers based in Australia. The user achieved excellent results with his newest overclocking experiment, which was conducted using an unreleased Gigabyte X870 motherboard. He used the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X processor, which is the flagship chip in the desktop Zen 5 lineup, and overclocked it to a whopping 6.3 GHz. This is one of the rare instances where someone was able to break the 6.0 GHz barrier. It's not a world record by any means and isn't close enough to Jarblaster's 6.7 GHz world record, which the user recently achieved on the ROG X870 gene, but 6.3 GHz did help him achieve the best positions in various benchmarks. By default, the Ryzen 9 9950X boasts up to 5.7 GHz of boost clock and 6.3 GHz frequency is a 10.5% uplift. The user's configuration included the Gigabyte X870 AORUS Tachyon ICE motherboard, which is yet to be officially released by Gigabyte. Nonetheless, liquid nitrogen cooling was deployed as you can see from the images, and the 6.3 GHz frequency has been validated on both Trademark and HWBot. With a 6.3 GHz frequency, the Ryzen 9950X achieved 22,828 points in Trademark, which is roughly 35% higher than the usual 16,856 points it achieves on stock clocks. On HWBot, we can see the same 6.3 GHz clock alongside the setup and screenshot of W' and Super Pi benchmarks. With a score of 23 seconds and W' and 5 minutes 6 seconds 924 ms, Fatboy Not So Slim now sits in second position in world records in both cases. Keep in mind that the 6.3 GHz frequency is just on a single core and achieving such a frequency on all the cores isn't feasible. Nonetheless, not only does this show the overclocker's dedication and effective method of overclocking, but it also reveals the X870 AORUS Tachyon's capabilities for intensive overclocking. The Gigabyte AORUS X870 Tachyon ICE design isn't public yet and, according to our speculations, it could look like the AORUS Z890 Tachyon ICE, which has dual memory slots on top. We don't know when Gigabyte is planning to release this model for PC builders, but it is surely going to attract many enthusiasts.